Hi, I'm Mr. Bounds! Today we're reading a story by Zuck124. Where's the 3? You forget the 3? Why 124? That's a weird combination of numbers. Anyway, we're reading All This Birthday and You Still Aren't Based. That's a reference I do not get. But let's just begin. Doors to the mansion swung open, creating a noise tantamount to boulders being slammed into each other using a crane. These were large double doors, mind you, able to fit whatever wacky character was entering the mansion that day, like Mr. Bounds. And yet, they had just been swung open by seemingly one person. The disruption caused the general activity of the mansion to cease for a moment, as everyone was slightly startled by the noise. Sephiroth and Akechi, who is not in the game, by the way. I don't know who you are, Mr. Zuck, but putting him in this story clearly is very wrong. Because he is not in the game. Haha, get owned. But whatever, I guess. Sephiroth and Akechi ceased their game of chess, as did Steve stopped whatever sculpture he was working on at that moment, as they and everyone else turned to see who could have possibly performed such a feat as pushing those doors open single-handedly. They saw me, my boy, myself, Mr. Bonorific himself, Mr. Bones. But I guess technically I'm not in this story. Fucking catchy. Practically speed walking into the mansion was Klaus, another character who is not in the game. Noob. It with times. Practically speed walking into the mansion was Klaus, with Ness in tow. Klaus was holding a loose piece of paper, entering the small circular dip on the floor, and slamming the paper on the round center table within the mansion foyer. Very descriptive. I like it. Mr. Bones approves. Everyone gathered around to figure out what the hell was happening. Profanity. I do not appreciate it. Mr. Bones does not appreciate. Good morning, my lesser people. That is classism? I don't fucking know. Mr. Bones does not approve. Klaus smugly spoke as Ness rolled his eyes, approaching his table and pocketing his phone, which he seemed very focused on up until that moment. These days. As you know, today is my birthday. But it is not only my birthday today, it is another birthday today. One you should know very well. Today is April 20th, the birthday of Lucas and Klaus. How's my robot voice? I think I like it. Rob's robotic voice chimed in, who was working on some sort of weird device with Mega Man before Klaus's interruption. No one quite knew what the devices those two made would do. They just would make them, and they would somehow help the mansion. That's just what you call coincidence, or I'm not a story guru. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Well, thanks for ruining the surprise, you overgrown Wacom table. What the hell's a Wacom? Mr. Bones does not approve. Klaus was mindly. What the fuck? That's not what mindly says. No. What did I say? Mindly. Ah, Mr. Bones' eyes do not work as they used to. When I was a youngling, Klaus was mildly annoyed by Rob's intrusion of his wonderful presentation, but nevertheless, he continued on. He thrust the paper further into the table to give everyone a better view of it. Thrust. Nice. You know what? Just for you. Nice. Please take a look at what I've come up with. Akechi was first to pick up the paper, giving it a glance as Sephiroth read over his shoulder. Both gave visible looks of confusion as their eyes grazed the paper. Ooh. Lucas is super ultra mega turbo birthday surprise the second. The second? Where's the first? What happened to the first? Explain to me, Zuck. What happened to the first? Cassie asked, confused as all hell, as he continued to look at the crude drawing that was directly under the bit of text on that paper. It seemingly depicted Lucas surrounded by gifts, with Klaus by his side and everyone else far off in the background. This looks like a child drew this. You know, Mr. Bones is not a very good artist. Mr. Bones is quite shit with art. But, moving on, like you could draw better. Exactly, thank you, Klaus, you got my side. Elbowing Ness for some sort of confirmation. But this elbowing just made Ness flinch a little. No, but I know someone who knows someone who could blow this out of the. There! I know who you're referring to. That is irrelevant, my good murderous friend. PSA, murder is not good. Do not murder. Murder is bad. Klaus snatched the paper out of Akechi's hand and slammed it back down on the table. His smile his smile being almost artificial at this point. Why can't I read? Mr. Bones has eyes. He has very clear eyes, but he can't see. Shit, what the fuck? Ugh, forgive me, my dear viewers. Mr. Bones fucks up from time to time. He is not human, but he still fucks up. Uh, where did I lost myself. Whatever. Klaus snatched the paper out of Akechi's hand and slammed it back down on the table, his smile being almost artificial at this point. I already have the whole party set up. All I need you people to do is get him some gifts. That is all I ask. Ooh, sorry, Mr. Bones needed a burp. Kind of risky. What if we run into him while shopping? Mega Man chimed in. I also have that taken care of. Klaus popped the non-existent collar on his shirt. Smug bastard. Giving himself a metaphorical pat on the back. Double smug asshole. I managed to convince him to do this audio journal thing to distract him this morning. And after that, I'm having Red take him on a walk in the park all day until the party. I'm gonna take a moment here to say Red is a shitty name. I know it wasn't you, Zach, Zach, Zuck, whatever. Zuck, Zuck. No, it wasn't you, Zuck. Zuck is a funny word. I know it wasn't you, Zuck, who gave Red that name. It was the shitty people at Game Freak. Why, Red assholes. God, learn some creativity. Mr. Fuck. Mr. Bones comes up with better names. And why would we help you, of all people? Sephiroth scoffed, crossing his arms. Do you now remember when you replaced my DVD collection with Family Guy funny moments? Listen, Sephiroth. Family Guy is funny. Alright? Just because he gives you some funny moments doesn't mean you should blow your fudging load over it. Damn. Sephiroth, buddy. Klaus slowly approached Sephiroth, fingers placed together as he looked up at the tall man. And hot man. Don't forget my tier list. Ha, link in the description. Not really, I'm too lazy. You've been wanting to visit Cloud at the new weapon shop he works at. Well, lucky for you. Lucas just so happens to want a replica katana for his birthday. Very weird. Katanas? Very cool weapon. Not really cool as a gift, I guess. I guess if you want it. Whatever. Lucas, you can take your katana or whatever. The boy needs his presents. Sephiroth slammed his fist into the table with a completely new attitude. Klaus chuckled, returning to his previous position at the table. Well, what are the rest of us supposed to do? Mother fudge. Get it? I'm censoring myself. Are you proud of me, YouTube? Please don't censor me. Mr. Bones needs his bony paycheck eventually, maybe. Maybe I'm gonna ask another question. That bitch. You and Rob, fuck, I just cursed, fuck. Ah! You and Rob can come with me to pick up a PS5 that Lucas has been wanting for a while. Mr. Bones also wants a PS5. Please donate to my Please donate to Mr. Bones's Patreon. Ah, you and Rob can come with me to pick up. Oh, I just read that. What am I doing? Nest told the group, and Steve, you can join the others for preparation. They could use some of your design expertise. Steve nodded and within an instant began to tunnel down into the ground. No one paid this any mind, as this was something Steve would do quite often, and to consider it some schmuck. It always gets repaired eventually. Okay, maybe not consider it. Now, Ketchy, Sephiroth, come with me to my weapons store. Wait, no, that's not at all what it says. What? Come with me to the weapons store. Fuck. Klaus turned around and headed for the exit to the mansion, with Sephiroth and Nekechi following suit. Klaus put on his best Mexican accent. Vamonos! I feel like this is vaguely racist. It's okay, I'm part Mexican, so I can say it. Well, who said that? Klaus. Well, Klaus, Mr. Bones also part Mexican, so I give you the Vamonos pass. The trio of Klaus, Akechi, and Sephiroth stood in front of the store. In the mall. Yes, the mall. The store looked brand new, as if it had moved in yesterday. The sign of the store read, Metal Gear Weapons. I wonder who works there. The area it occupied wasn't large, simply one room. Though, even from the outside, anyone could see weapons adorned the room. Nice wood. Nice and long wood. I like long woods. It's fun. Mr. Bones approves. People were already inside shopping, but all Sephiroth could see was Cloud at the desk. Sephiroth spoke as the group entered the store. So, what should we get him? Kedri asked, walking over to the wall of the swords. The wall of swords. I much prefer something pointy. Though, if he wants a katana, I can tell Joker to call a friend for advice. Why get advice from some starving artist when you can have when we have a katana expert right here, Sephiroth? Klaus turned his head to look at Sephiroth, but it was too late. Sephiroth was already snogging his dick. Sephiroth was already approaching the desk. That's what I meant. Cloud was at. Akechi sighed, seeing this as well. Wait, what? Seeing this as well. Oh, duh. Mr. Bones did not pass reading class. Sorry. Akechi sighed, seeing this as well, and went back to looking for a sword. Cloud was just finishing up with a customer as he did, he noticed Sephiroth approaching. All happiness drained from his face as he rolled his eyes. Sephiroth, what do you want? Cloud asked, coldly. Looking at a weapon store, Cloud for Snake, no less. Sephiroth scoffed, looking around at the selection of weapons on the walls. Swords, guns, bullets lined the walls, none of which impressed Sephiroth. You're a normie and a beta male cook. Nice one, Sephiroth. I'm only here to sell weapons, Cloud responded, tired of Sephiroth. That's cringe, Cloud, and your setup is weak. Sephiroth scoffed, looking at the Buster Sword, which was resting just behind Cloud. Sephiroth chuckled once more. You can't even fly or create explosions from the palm of your hand. That doesn't mean anything. Cloud seemed to be getting ever so slightly visibly annoyed at Sephiroth. Your powers are worthless. Cope and save, Cloud. Sephiroth chuckled some more. Why don't you go back to the airsoft shop and sell those guns? No, that's not the point. Do you see now? All these weapons and you're still on base. Sephiroth chuckled. Ho 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 ho, eyeing down a nice-looking katana resting on the counter and snatched it up, causing Cloud to get mad. Ooh, naughty, naughty. You bastard! Shut the fuck up. Sephiroth left it at that and turned around with the katana, walking out of the store without paying and leaving Cloud in a state of pure shock and annoyance. Not Cloud, Klaus and Akechi, both of which, may I remind you, was not in the game, you cheater. Klaus and Akechi, who were looking at weapons, simply shrugged at each other and followed Sephiroth out. They had no idea what happened, but they knew it had to be a revengeance of some sort. Ness, nice one. It was about time. I stood there and watched as Klaus helped guide the blindfolded Lucas into the small alcove where we were having his party. We had been preparing all day, getting his presents and setting up, but it would all be worth it in the end. I hope so. Finally, Klaus guided him into position and removed his blindfold. Everyone, all of us, yelled surprise at the top of our lungs. Lucas's face lit up, nice and lit, as he gave his brother a hug. Oh, that's so sweet. I walked into the room and received the same hug. Not as sweet. That's very gay. I always liked Lucas's hugs. Also double gay. And how we got into them so much. Triple gay. Oh, I mean, 2.5 gay. Pleasantries were exchanged. But everything soon calmed down. So now it's just me and Lucas sitting on a bench eating cake. The cake is a lie. I still can't believe you guys managed to set this all up. Lucas spoke. His voice was light, as if it had zero baggage pressuring it. Okay, only fuck, I got my bone in my hair. What? I don't have hair. Bone in my mouth. Like it only contained the purest of intentions. Was that whole audio journal just a distraction? Yes, you idiot. I mean, there's neither here nor there. That's not what it said. Why do I keep reading the wrong thing, mother trucker? I mean, that's neither here nor there. We both chuckled. My attention was more focused on him while he chuckled than on me actually chuckling. It's a lot of chuckling in the same sentence, Mr. Zuck. Mr. Zucky boy. No, I want to listen to it, 'cause I might do one myself. Copycat. Ah, sorry. Mr. Bones had some drinks earlier. He's kind of tipsy. Oh, about that. I might have accidentally deleted it. What a shame. You bitch. Lucas's face became a little red. I knew he wasn't lying because we've been friends since forever, but I knew he doesn't like conflict. So I'll just drop it. Yeah, what a shame. I act as he buys it, or at least I hope he buys it. But I hear we're playing Fire Red. That's a based game. Nice one, Lucas. Yeah, and I'm actually also posting on you. Lucas was interrupted by his parents' arrival at the party. Noticing this, he stood up immediately. I gotta go say hi. Be right back. Lucas smiled. He gave me a hug, and as he left to go say hi to his parents, that's not at all how the sentence was made or organized or whatever, but I'm gonna just move on, because fuck me. I hugged back and smiled at him as he walked away. He soon returned, and we continued our discussion. The party went on for a little while longer, ending with everyone saying goodbye to Lucas. I love how happy he was during the entire party, because when Lucas is happy, I am happy. And that is the end of the story. Well, happy birthday. When the story moves on, it cannot be first. The unyielding power will not deceive for much longer. Two people, one story. What do you think is true? Batman. Yeah. Well, that was the end of the story. It ends with, haha, very gay. Haha, very gay. It deserves all my caps right there. Haha, very gay. And thank you. This has been Mr. Bones Reacts. Reacts? No, we're not reacting. He's just reading all this birthday and he's still on base by my boy Zuck124. Still missing the three. Still very cringy that he's missing the three. And I keep getting more bones in my mouth. So I'ma just end it. Bye bye.